Hey everybody, Tom here, and today I want to teach you how to play Dead Man's Cabal. Dead Man's Cabal, wow, that was great, is a very cool theme with really cool looking components, and the theme doesn't really match the gameplay all that much, but it's still cool looking, and wahoo, we're going to play this. So essentially, Dead Man's Cabal is this game about trying to raise the dead. So there is so much going on right here. I almost don't want to spend too much time on this screen because you're seeing so much stuff. But let me just give you a quick showing of what we've got here, and then we'll go in and zoom in on each space individually, one at a time. But essentially, in Dead Man's Cabal, each player has some cards in their hand, and we're trying to raise these fools from the dead. And if we do, we get points equal to the points listed up here. So if I can raise her 12 points, 14 points for that. And in order to raise the dead, we've got to collect some colored skulls. There's four colors, four colors, even though it looks like there's three. There is a black skull and a gold skull that looks black, gold, that looks really, really similar. Hopefully, we'll have our lighting okay, that we can figure that out. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so we're trying to raise these bodies, and the way we will raise these bodies is by putting skulls in the sanctum in a pattern where these are connected. So essentially, to raise this person, I need two black skulls, one red and one gold, lined up in this pentagram in a connected way. We'll get into more detail about what that means in a second, but that's one of the big goals. So like I said, to raise these people, get the skulls on this board in a certain pattern so that you can play that card down and get the points. Now there's also this whole like area control thing that's going to be happening with these cubes, that essentially when you play these cards down, when you raise the dead, if you have runes matching if you have these runes, and runes are from this board over here. So if I'm able to raise this person and I have a blue rune and a gray rune, when I raise them, I can place cubes on this oracle board, and at the end of the game, people with more cubes on these various spaces will get more points for certain things. I know that sounds crazy, but I just wanted to kind of, like I said, give you a general overview. Trying to raise the dead, get skulls on this board to make a pattern in order to do that. Collect some runes so that you can put cubes on this board in order to score you some more points. Now, the four different skulls represent four different actions that can be taken in the game. Collecting runes is the white skull action. Raising the dead is the black skull. Oh, I just pointed to a gold one. A black skull action. Gaining more bones or more skulls is a red skull action. You can see the red board labeled up there. And also over here is a gold skull action to collect more cards. Now, these bones are kind of like a currency. You can imagine they're like money in the game. It's just these, not skulls, but these bones. And those are going to be available to gain and spend on these various actions. And anyway, that's a lot of rambling. Let's get into the nitty-gritty on how to play. Okay, so I know that was really general, and I'm going to get a little more specific right now before we start playing. But essentially on a player's turn, there's going to be a moment in the turn, this is halfway through the turn, where you're going to pick one of the skulls in front of you to put into the draw bag of skulls and execute that action. And so I just wanted to talk about the different kinds of actions that are available after that general overview, just so you can kind of learn that the iconography is really good. So I just wanted to kind of introduce you to the iconography and how that all contributes into playing down these cards. We want to eventually get you to know exactly how these cards get played. So I want to talk about these skulls one at a time. Let's go from most simple. Here, let's go like this. We're going to go red, white, gold, and black. All right, so the red action. If I were to spend this skull to do the red action on my turn, the red action is really pretty straightforward. We will always have 6 skulls available here. I could gain a bone and pick up a skull. Cool, so I can use those skulls in future actions and or to help me raise the dead. I could spend a bone in order to pick up 2 skulls. So remember, bones are kind of like currency in this game. So I could gain $1 and pick up a skull. Or I could spend 1 in order to get 2. Or I could spend 2 in order to pick up 3. So that arrow kind of means pick up and bring back to your play area. That's the red action. I lied earlier. I don't know why I set these up in this order. The next easiest one to understand is the gold action. I was looking at the white cards and thinking it was the white action. So anyway, let's talk about the gold action next. So the gold action is how you get more cards. You could either gain no cards and just pick up 3 more bones as your currency, or you could gain 1 bone and draw 1 card into your hand, or you could spend 1 bone to bring your hand up to 5 cards. Now let's talk about the white action. So for this action, essentially what you would do is you could gain a bone in order to draw 1 of these tiles. And so what's going to happen is if I were to pick this tile, I would take that tile back and put a blue cube down here. You'll see why that's important a little bit later. But essentially you're going to replace one of the runes with one of your cubes. And then you'll also have the option after you do that, so gain 1 and draw 1, or spend 1 bone in order to draw 2 from this area. And then after that, you could choose to take 1 of these black tiles, paying the cost of bones here. So they go from cheapest to more expensive. So you would take that, slide things down, and refill them. So that's what happens with the white action and the runes. And then there's the black skull action. So the way that the black skull action works is essentially like this. You could gain a bone and place a skull on this board anywhere. If you place it on one of these spots with one of these bones, then you get to collect one of those bones. So here, let me just grab some of these skulls. So you could spend a bone in order to place a skull down. You could spend a bone in order to put 2 skulls down, is the first part of the action. The second part of the action is to attempt to raise the dead. So let's say that we have some skulls down here. There's a gold, a black. I'm just trying to avoid the bones for a second. Let's say that these skulls are something like this. And then, as I mentioned, the second part of the action is you could try to raise the dead, 1 of your dead, or you could spend 2 bones in order to raise 2 of your dead. So again, more than anything, I'm trying to get you used to the iconography here. So as I mentioned before, in order to raise this person from the dead, I would need a gold, a red, and 2 blacks. And the trick is I would need them to be in a continuous, non-interrupted line. So right now, we can make some different lines here. We have gold, gold, black, white, red. Or gold, I couldn't go white, black, red, because that would be interrupted. I could go red, white, gold, black, or something like that. But I would need to have these ones here. So right now, I wouldn't be able to raise either of those. Let's say, for a second, let's just say, so you can see an example that things look like this. Now there's a line of gold, black, black, and red. It doesn't need to be in any order, but those need to be connected. If the skulls look like this, I would be able to raise this character from the dead. All right, so that's kind of the idea there. And as I mentioned before, if I had runes, I would get to place some cubes on the board that we're going to be looking at next. But let me just go ahead and clean this back up. So the game is going to end basically when one player has raised 7 people from the dead, or when somebody has spent all 20 of their cubes. Once all 20 of their cubes are somewhere out and about, they could either be on the rune board or over here. Now, as I mentioned, when you raise the dead, if you have runes, you get to place cubes here. And it's a little bit tricky to know how these work, but at the end of the game, we're going to kind of do an area majority thing. There will be purple cubes and blue cubes on these spots, and they'll all have a different advantage. So I'll just do a really quick brief overview because it's a little complicated. If you're learning the game, maybe halfway through the game we'll review what these do. But essentially, if you have the most black cubes here, then having black cubes on the dead cards that you've raised will be more points. So you'll gain points for all of these black skulls that you've raised. Same with the red, white, and gold. So if you have more cubes here, then you're going to get extra points for having these on the cards for those that you've done the rituals for. If you have more cubes here, you're going to get points for any extra skulls you have left over at the end of the game. If you have cubes here, then what you're going to do is you're going to look at the rune board. And remember how I mentioned that you're going to be placing cubes on these spaces or whatever. Your largest contiguous cluster of cubes would earn some points if you have the majority on that other board. And by having majority on this star, that's just like flat out points. So I'll get more specific with these in a little bit. I just don't want you to hurt me yet. So let's stop talking and actually play a turn to try to maybe clarify some of the questions that you've got. Again, my goal was just to make sure you have an idea of the types of actions, kind of get a feel for the iconography, and realize that these skulls are going to roll around like crazy, no matter how pretty I try to make them. Okay, so these are some cool cards. I probably want to get them both out there at some point. It looks like no matter what I choose to do, I'm going to need some more black bones. We'll talk about what this arrow is in just a minute, but I'm also going to need some runes. So the first thing that's going to happen on your turn is you will receive the bag of skulls. Whoever has the bag of skulls is the current player. You're going to reach your hand in here, and you're going to pick out one skull. Now, you're going to make a decision here. You can either put this skull on this row, or this row. And that's going to eventually lead to two different actions happening. A private action and a public action. The private action is going to be the one that you take. You're the only person that gets it. And the public action, all of the players are going to get to take. Oops, I need to put that more in the middle. So let me just tell you the general idea. I'll just make a quick decision. Let's say that I, as the player, I drew out this white skull. I choose to put it in the top row. What will happen is all of the skulls will slide down. I'll get to collect this skull. Is this how I want to do this? This isn't going to be my final decision. I just want to show you. I should have made a final decision for it. It doesn't matter. We bring this back, and of all of the skulls that we have, we're going to pick one, and we get to do that action. Nobody else gets to do it. That's going to be our private action. So in this example, I have all of the colors of skulls. I could do whatever I want to. So probably a good idea, I don't know, maybe I'd spend the white skull to go get some runes, let's say. So yeah, you would bring the skull back and then discard into the bag one of the skulls in front of you to take that private action. After you do a private action, what you're going to do is you're going to look down the middle column, and whichever skull has the most, whichever color there's the most of in this middle column, that will be the private action. And if there is no most of, then the current player chooses the private action. So, do you know what? Whatever. We're just going to play for fun. I'm not even going to undo what we just did. Let's go back to our play area and start by picking our private action. Looking at my cards, I have no love for white skulls right now. So I'm going to choose to discard this into the bag. So I'm just putting it right back into the bag. And we get to take the white skull action as a private action. Now, I don't have any bones right now. So what I think I'm going to do is choose this one to gain a bone and claim a rune. Now the runes that I need, I'm going to need some blue and some gray and some red. I'm going to want to try to collect those in a clustered manner. So I'm just noticing there's a kind of a group of those colors right here. So I think what I'll do is I'll take this blue rune, put my cube in its place. I don't have any bones to spend to also get a black one, so I'll just take this back. And now I have that to spend when I'm ready to raise this character from the dead, for example. And remember, because of the action I picked, I gain a skull. Next up, we're going to look in the middle column. If there was a most common color, that would be the private or the public action, now that we're done with the private one. And the reason why this is over here is because the public action can never be the same twice. So this is just going to help us mark whatever the public action was. Now there's a three-way tie here. Nothing is off limits because it's the first turn of the game. And let's think. I know that we're going to need some bones. So I think we're going to pick the gold action to be the majority winner. So I'm going to put this thing on gold to show that that's the color that we're choosing for the public action. And then in turn order, everybody's going to take this action together where we pick one of those things to do. We're low on bones, and so I think I'm going to go ahead and pick the draw 3 bones and 0 cards for the blue player. And so we'll just put these here somewhere. And now the red player is going to get a chance to go after these as well. And I think they're just going to go for the same thing. Bones are always good to have. So we'll just put those there. Now that was the end of the blue player's turn. So they have the bag, and so we're going to pass that over to the next player around the table clockwise. And now the red player is going to get a chance. So remember, first thing they do is they're going to draw a skull. Okay, so we got this white skull here. We'll put this in an awkward place. And they need to decide where they want to put this. So usually, especially at the beginning where we all have all of the colors, you kind of want to try to manipulate what you want the middle action to be. It can't be the gold action again. So if I put it up here, we would have white, gold, and red. So we'd have to choose between red and white as being the public action. If we put it here, there will be red, red, and black, which means the red would be the public action. That's one where you gain more skulls. And then down here, if I put it down here, gold would have been the public action, but it can't be. And so black would have to be the public action. I know that's kind of crazy. It just takes a little bit to wrap your head around. We just need to decide which action we want to take. And I think we want the ability to get a bunch of skulls if we can. Maybe? Yeah. So let's see. We could either go here so that we have a tie between white and red, or we could go here to make red happen. Red would be the public action. Let's go here. Why not? So we're going to take this white skull back, slide this over, and I think what we will do for our private action, that always happens first, is, I don't know, I really want, maybe we just work on getting skulls. What am I looking for? Okay, so white skulls on the board would be good for us. We kind of care about all of the colors. Okay, let's go ahead and spend, oh man, it's going to take a few turns. Okay, let's go ahead and spend a black skull. So I'm putting that in the bag to take the private action, and I want to try to start getting these other colored skulls down. And so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to spend one bone in order to put 2 skulls down. And as much as I could get both of these, that would be cool. But 2 skulls, let's get a white and a gold on the board. Now, I'm picking this action, spend a bone, to place 2 skulls, so I'm spending my bone. And then I'm going to put these 2 down. I could put them down anywhere that I want to. So let's put them down in places that gets us more bones. So we'll go like that. Now I have the option to try to raise the dead, but there's not enough skulls out there, so I won't stress about that too much. And that was the end of the red player's private action. Now we're going to do the public action. So there are more red skulls here, and that is still an action that's available. So we're going to put this here to show that we're doing red. And in turn order, which starts with the current player, we need to decide. Now we're really low on skulls, so I think I'm just going to have the red player here. I'm kind of doing it off camera because there's so much going on. So they're going to spend, oh, not 3. They're going to spend 2 bones in order to get 3 skulls. So they have a they have a white and a gold on the board. We're going to need some more black skulls for sure, and some more white ones, I think. So yeah, let's grab, and we're going to need, we've got that. Yeah, let's grab these 3 here. I might have to just stop trying to make these look pretty on camera. That's going to get really boring really fast. Now after each player uses the sepulcher, then we go ahead and refill it. So let's go ahead and put new bones down. The placement of these ones really does not matter. All right, so now it is the blue player's turn. And they could use, and there's a gold on the board, which is good. We try to use any of the bones that are on the board are usable. We're going to definitely need some more black, and other than that, I'm pretty set. Okay, so I think the blue player is going to pick a bone, get a bone, and this black skull. And then here, while we're here, I'm just grabbing. There's so many moving pieces, I don't really know what to do with the camera. Okay, so new skull is also black, and we're bringing this back. And I'm not a hack, so I can wrap. And that is the end of the public action. So now we're going to pass this bag, but before we do, I know you're wondering what these tokens are. Promise I'll get to them when they're important. They're mostly really not important at all, so just ignore them. Okay, I'd really like to get some more runes, and if I get a gray rune, I could really try to focus on getting her raised. And so I got to keep that in mind. Anyway, we got to draw a skull, and I want to get the rune action going so I could make all the skulls in the middle tied. They're all going to be tied no matter what. But the red action can't happen again. Okay, so it's kind of a matter of what I want to bring back. I need another black skull, I think. I needed 3 altogether for this one. Okay, so let's put this here. Slide those over. And I just barely misspoke when I said they'd be tied. That's actually not true. They won't be tied. Okay, what do I want to do now? I feel like I'm going to need some white skulls soon. We're going to do the white skull action, but it'd be good to have some white skulls. I do want some runes, so I need to keep the bones. All right. Let's spend the gold cube. I just want to get enough bones. We're going to spend the gold cube to do the gold action. And just to make sure we have a healthy set of bones, let's go ahead and pick that one there. So we got a good set there. All right, I'm feeling good about that. Now, sorry, it is really tricky to see the pattern as you're going sometimes. But essentially, red action can't happen again as a public action, so it's going to be the white skull is our public action. And blue goes first. And I am going to go ahead, I'm going to spend one bone in order to get 2 tiles. So watch me, spending that bone in order to get 2 tiles. And I'm actually going to go for these 2 red ones here. Oh my gosh. That's wonderful. I love doing that. Yeah, one thing about this game is it's kind of a little bit fiddly with the pieces. All right, but I'm also going to want this gray one. So I'm going to spend 1 more bone, spend it, in order to get this one here, and then we can slide these down and reveal a new one. Okay, gosh, I do not like little pieces. All right, so we've got these runes. We're basically ready. Once we get the skulls in place, we could raise either one of these. We have enough runes to make it a positive thing. So now the red player has also been thinking about who they're going to raise. They need a bunch of blue and a green. Okay, looking at the board, let's spend a bone so that I can claim 2 runes. Well, all right, here's what we're going to do. I'm not going to do what I was going to do. I'm going to... All right, I'm going to gain a bone. Oh my gosh, how do I do this? Okay, I'm going to gain a bone in order to get 1 rune. Let's go up here, get this green one. And then I'm going to spend the bone. I did this in the stupidest way. In order to grab this one. And then these will come on back. Oh my gosh, I couldn't have done that. That's cool. Sometimes it's tricky to have a camera that moves around instead of just staying in one spot. All right, so we've got these here that could help me raise this guy. So I would need to get another red and another white skull on the board. So that was the end of the blue player's turn. For the red player, we draw a skull. You kind of getting the hang of it now, hopefully. Draw a skull. Okay, that's black. Now, I'd really like a black action to happen. But pretty much... trying to think of what's going to be in that middle column. A black action is not going to happen from the middle. That's just going to be a private action from spending a black skull. I think we want the red action to happen. So I could do that by putting this here and sliding those over, or I could do it by putting this here. Let's do this one. And did I say a black action before? I meant a red. I'm going to do a black private action by discarding the black skull. And I think I'm going to be able to raise somebody. If I have the gold down, I have a white down, I need a white and a red. So I'm going to go ahead and spend 1 bone in order to place 2 skulls. And I think we can just go like this. Now I should be planning my next person better than I am right now, but there's so much to think about. I just wanted to get these extra bones. Now you can see that these are all connected in a continuous, non-interrupted line. And so now that I've placed the skulls, I paid the bone, placed 2 skulls, I can attempt to raise 1 person. Did I think this through? Am I raising the right person? Yes, I am. Okay, so because I had the gold, the 2 white, and the red in 1 connected line, and I am going to go ahead and do the ritual with this guy. Where do I put them? These tokens. All right, we're going to put him here for now. Wow, this is just messier than I've ever made it. And we are going to go ahead and put these 2 runes down, And what these two runes are going to let us do is we're going to be able to come over here, and we can put these anywhere that we want to. Yeah, however we want to. So, I think I definitely want to get most cubes on the star, because that's just a flat 20 points at the end of the game, which is incredible. So, just to recap, it's really hard to see, but this one, if you have the most cubes here, you would get 5 points for every black skull on the ritual cards that you've played down. If you have the second most cubes there, you'd get 3 points per black skull. And then that's the same for black and white and gold, as we talked about before. If you have majority here, you're going to get points for your leftover skulls, the ones that you have in front of you. Majority here, you'll get points for having the cubes on the rune board. And then this is the flat 20 points for having the most cubes. And 20 points is obviously really good. So that was the private action. Now we're going to the public action, which will be the red one, because there's a majority red, and that's available. Oh, but before we do that, super sorry. Here, let me grab it. Once all of the players have raised whatever they want to raise, then each player, this is what the void tokens are for, then each player also is going to remove one skull that matches this arrow. So I need to remove this red skull. To help people, because a bunch of people will be raising the dead and it's kind of tricky to know which one you're supposed to remove, that's what the void tokens are for. So like, after I raise the dead before the blue player does, I could put this here just to remind myself that's the skull that's going to be leaving. But I think in theory I should be okay. But yeah, those need to go back in the bag, and we need to give this back over. There's a good chance I'm going to forget that, because that's kind of what I do. All right, so there's that, and let me just bring my void token back. Gosh, this is so messy. Why can't I figure out how to get this not messy? It just feels messy. Anyway, back over here, I think we'll gain a bone and this black skull. So we've got that. Wait, is that gold? No, those are all black. Okay. And we gain a bone, and then we're going to need to refill that spot. And the blue player's up. They do have plenty of bones, so I am going to go ahead and spend 2 bones in order to get 3 skulls. I mostly have black and red right now, and I need gold and more black. Okay. There's only 1 gold though on the board, but I need 3 skulls. Well, it's good to have the white skulls as an option for taking that rune action. So let's do that. I'm going to take those 3 back, but while we're here, let's refill. And we got these ones are coming in. And I don't think I've mentioned it in this video yet, but I just want to remind you viewers, this is not a strategy guide. I have only played this game like a very minimal number of times. And so if you're noticing something you do differently, that is okay. We are different people playing a game. This is how to play the game correctly, not how to play it well. Okay. Oh, it is time to pass the bag over. Let's go ahead and draw a cube, or whatever. It's not a cube. A skull. Okay, that's a... Is that black? Yeah, that is black. Okay, I'm going to need to do the black action twice if I can manage it. I could manage it if I go here, because then black would be up here, and red can't happen again. Alright, so I'm going to take this white skull back. And we'll do that later. And I think I want to do the black action twice, because I got to get some skulls out there. Either way, I don't know that it matters who I go for. I'm all prepared to do both of them. So, let's go... I think I would be more prepared for this one, because I've only got 3 black skulls, and I need to spend 1 of them. So I'm going to work on getting this card out. So yes, I'm going to take the black action as a private action. I'm the only one that gets to take it. And I want to utilize that gold skull if I can. And so I could use that gold. Okay. Yes. All right. So what we're going to do is we could let's place 2 skulls this time. In order to place 2 skulls, I'm going to discard 1 of those. And I need 2 blacks and a red. And so I think what we will do, let's just do the 2 black ones now so I don't forget. We'll put this here, and I don't know that it matters so much where I put this next one, as long as it's connected somehow to the other color. So I could go, it's got to be, yeah, that could work if I put the red one there. I just want to keep my black skulls kind of together. Well, kind of together would be there. because then I could use the 3 black skulls on my next one. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, not really, I'm not being clear. Okay, cool. We got this bone back. Can't do the red action, so now we're doing this one as the public action. Blue player goes first. So I got to think about this. When I play this down, we're going to remove 1 black skull. And then we got to get 2 more. Okay, well, so what we'll do instead is we will just place 1 skull down. Let me pick up 1 bone to put the red one down. And there's a few places I could go. Let's go right there. Now, before I attempt to raise, the red player actually gets a chance to place first. So all players do this part first, and then all players will do that part first. Now, they're not quite ready to get this guy out, but they're close. I'd have to get the 3 black and the white connected. Oh, there's a place to do that. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to pick up 1 bone to place 1 skull, and they're going to go right here. That way they've got the blacks connected to that white one. And now we go to the raising part. Now, what I'm wondering is, can I get both of these out? I think I could get both of these out, actually. Can I? We've got gold, red, black, black, and then we've got black, 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 gold connected right there. Awesome. Okay, we actually can raise both of them, so I'm going to go ahead and spend these 2 bones in order to get both of these out. So, oh my gosh, these stupid void tokens. All right. I know that they do come in handy when you're trying to track stuff, and more than anything, I always need to be able to track stuff better, but they're just annoying me for some reason. All right. Now I'm placing these because I got the runes, remember? Do I try to fight for this? Like, even if they get the most, I could just have 1 cube on there to get second most. So maybe I'll just wait on that. Definitely, I like having, I'm getting a ton of black skulls on my card, so having a majority here could be really good and important. And then, maybe, oh, we definitely wanted to go for the runes. So let's split those up like that. You could just go 1 on everything. You put these cubes anywhere you want to. But now the red player has a chance to raise their person, and I could raise them, but I don't have any runes. But I also know that 2 black skulls are going to be removed. So I think we will just go ahead and let's get this thing played as well. And now we need to clear out the used skulls. So from the red player, we need to clear out 1 of the black ones that they used. And from the blue player, they need to clear out 2 of the black ones that they've used. I mean, yeah, in that line. So basically, all 3 black ones, I think, if I'm mathing that correctly, are gone. Because the blue player would have to eliminate 1 of these 2, and then they'd have to eliminate the other one, and then that would leave that one. So yep, these ones are gone back in the bag. Oh, and then we're passing this. Okay, it's going to be really important. We're both totally out of cards, but it'd be super easy to draw cards right now. So we really want a gold action is kind of what I'm saying. Oh, and there's a gold skull. All right, so if I can get a leg up, let's see. I'm going to go here because that will get me a gold skull that I can use to do the gold action. And then the public action will be tied. I'll choose between white and red, but we will be the ones to take the gold action. So I bring this back, and then I discard it, and then I'm going to spend 1 bone to bring my hand up to 5. Now, when you take a card, you automatically replace it. So I guess we'll just, I don't know. I just don't want to spend for it. Let's just take them all. Let's just take them all. I got 4, and then I'll take this one. I just don't want to, no bones about it. Spend forever looking at these. I'm sure there's some beautiful deep strategy that I could have gone for, but let's not. Let's just bring our hand size up to 5, and that is your hand limit, by the way. So that'll be our private action. We got a good hand of 5. We will need to start getting some runes. In fact, knowing we need runes, let's take the white action for the public action. That's the one we'll choose. And so, I could use any or all of the colors. Let's just try to make sure they're connected. Let's see, only 1 blue, some greens, some reds. Okay. Could use a bunch of greens though. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I want to place 2 down. So I'm actually going to spend 2. Okay, let's do this normal this time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spend 1 bone in order to get these 2 green ones here. And then I'm going to spend the other bone to pick up this green one here. I think I needed a bunch of green. Oh, now that wild is really cheap. That's a good one. All right, so we got these ones available. You can't go back retroactively and place them. You gotta do that when you raise your friends from the dead. Now I don't have any cards to really give me some focus, but I will go ahead and spend both of those bones in order to grab a bunch of runes to be prepared. Oh man, I grabbed too many cubes. So the end game triggers are when somebody raises 7 people from the dead or when somebody runs out of cubes. I grabbed one too many. Let me put that back. So the one bone that I spent is going to get me 2. Let's go ahead and grab these ones. If we can encroach on their space, that would be excellent. And then the other bone that I spent, I'm going to grab that wild. And then we will flip. Oh, that shouldn't be face up. Sorry, I'm knocking the table and all sorts of crazy. All right. And let's go ahead and get this bag passed over. Clearly, we're going to need some cards over here. All right, what do we got? Black. If I could figure out how to make the gold action happen twice, I'm totally out of cards, and I don't have a bone to spend to help me get more cards, which is a problem. So, let's see. If I could move one of these gold skulls, these are the only 2 gold ones, the others are black in case you can't see, into the middle, they'll be tied. And I could pick that, and I do have 1 gold skull in front of me. So let's see, I don't have any black skulls in front of me. Yeah, so let's pick this bottom row. So we're going to be taking that one back. Slide these over. And for my my private action, I'm going to go ahead and spend this gold skull in order to pick up 3 bones. And then for the public action, let's go ahead and pick gold as well. I'm going to spend a bone in order to draw 5 cards, and I'm not gonna put a ton of thought into this. I'm just gonna grab 5 cards so that we can keep this thing moving along. I'm sure there's amazing strategies that I'm not thinking about, but we'll just go for it. Okay. Yeah. And okay, yeah. All right. Okay. We've got some good stuff going on. And since the red player already has their hand limit of 5, we're just going to go ahead and get 3 bones. And now we can go ahead and pass the bag. All right, so the red player, let's go ahead and draw. Time to start getting planned out on how to get more characters played out. Okay, so we've got a gold one. Do you know what? Let's quickly examine the sanctum. I just want to see what bones are here and what I could actually get played down. Maybe I could do a black action this turn. So we got red, gold, white, white. So specifically, I'm trying to figure out, do I need to take 2 black actions, one to place bones? Well, I can place bones and try to raise the dead, but do I? Let's look. All right, so this one isn't really close right now. All right, well, here, I'm just looking over there. Let's bring these over there. Okay, so, I mean, in order for this to happen, well, I could, if I got one more white one right there, no, that would be, sorry, that wouldn't work because there's gaps there. Okay, so this one, not really close. This one, I mean, we could get another white and a black somehow over here. So this one's kind of a maybe. Well, and also, I just don't have any red skulls. Okay, yeah. Okay, so this one's a maybe. I don't, why, here. That one's a maybe. 2 blacks and 2 reds, not super duper close on that one. Ooh, that needs several golds and some blacks. Okay, so, but I do wonder if I could figure out a way to get 2 down at the same time somehow. So if I'm going to get another white and a black, I'm just trying to figure out if I got another white and a black, could I also get this one done? Because they both need 3 white ones. I could. If I put a white one, no, I can't. I keep thinking about that. Why am I thinking about that? It would take some time. I mean, I could get a white one here to be connected to those 2, or here. I'm thinking either way, there or there, or here, white. And then I could do like a black and a red over here, or vice versa. Like I just need to get somehow, okay, okay. If I'm a little careful, I might be able to do this. So let's think about those two. Oh, I didn't even think about the runes. Okay, well, runes are going good for that one there. Okay, well, whatever. I'm going to definitely need to get that white skull out. I'm going to need the black skull. I probably am going to want a red skull out there too. So, here's what we're going to do. Man, it would really suck to like not do runes, but I kind of want to get these out. I still think it's going to all happen in one turn. So let's be thoughtful in our planning and let's try to make... What did I need? I needed one more. I'm going to need 3 skulls out there altogether. And I'm going to first of all need to collect them. So I want a red action. It would be sweet if I could also get the runes. That's a white action. So in order for that to happen, it's not going to happen. There's no way for me to also get the white action unless I spend my white skull, which I need. Okay. Let's do... That would make the gold action happen, which can't happen publicly, so that would be the black. Okay, let's go here. I think this is what I want to do. I don't know. I'm kind of making it up. Is that obvious? Oh, why am I putting that in there? Well, I do want to do it. I want the red action, and I want the white action, and neither of those are going to... Why didn't I think about this? Hold on. I sure messed that one up, I think. Maybe I couldn't have done better. Oh my gosh, hold on. Okay, we gotta make the best out of a situation that I've caused to be problematic. When I play him, he's going to remove one of the white skulls. She's going to need all 3. So I really do want to play these ones together, if I can. Yeah. Okay, let's spend this red one. I'm not doing this well. And I have enough bones, I'm going to spend 2 of them. In order to grab some skulls, I'm going to need black, white, and red. I don't know. Sure thing. We're feeling confident. We're portraying confidence so others can read it too. We need to refill the board, and then the black player will... No, this is a private action. Also, not the black player. It's the blue player. I don't know. It's... by the way, I literally just woke up for this part of the gameplay, so my head is a little foggy. And that's going to bring us right here. Gold can't happen again, so this time the black action is happening. I definitely want to... Well, I need to get 3 skulls out there altogether, so whether I do one now... Let's try to not help the blue player too much. Let's just do one now. So I'm going to collect 1 bone. Let's get that 3rd white skull out there. And I know that I could put it here. What would that do? Probably nothing. Does it matter if it goes there, there, or there? Probably not. Anyway, what was I going to say? I mean, maybe there's another... No, there's not a... We went through all of them. Okay. Yeah. All right. That's fine. Okay, we haven't even looked at what the blue player can do with the things that are in front of him, so let's go look. Okay, so... Ooh, if I could get another red, I could raise this one, and I could put the runes on it. So that's a yes. If I could get another gold... I need another red and another gold. Oh, I don't have another gold to put out. So this one I can't do just yet because I don't have a gold skull. 3 black and a red. No, that's far away. 1 black. I would need a black and a red, so that one's kind of far away, and that one needs a bunch of black. Okay, so I could get this one out if I put out one of my reds, which I could do. So let's do that. Let's do that. All right, so we are going to do this one for the blue, this one for the gold. I know I'm raising this one later. Hold on. I'll try to do things in order. Okay, I'm going to gain a bone and put this one out. I just need this guy connected in there somewhere. It doesn't have to be next to the red. It could be over here just as easily. I, in theory, don't know what the red player's doing. Maybe I want to throw off their plans. So let's imagine I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Okay. But let's put it here to try to throw them off. And then we are connected, red, red, gold, and a white. So that's awesome. I already put the dude down. And then let me just remind you that we need to remove one of the red skulls. Let's pretend like we're trying to interfere in the red player's turn. We'll go ahead and remove that skull. And then this is going to let us get 2 cubes out. And especially in a 2-player game, it's good to even just have 1 cube out everywhere, because then you could qualify for second most cubes. So I'm glad that we have definitely the most here, but I also want to get those there. And I think that ends the red player's turn. And again, be kind. I know there's things that you're seeing that I'm not. This is very puzzly. So I'm just trying to keep my head on straight. All right, blue player, we drew a red one. What do they even want to do? I need some more runes, and I'm going to need some more skulls, because I'm pretty not having skulls up there right now. Okay, so if I could get some runes, that would be white. If I could get some skulls, that would be red. I'm not going to get them both to happen at this point. Okay, so let's go here to take that one off. And it'll be a gold action. That's fine. I'm going to definitely need some black skulls for these cards. We're going to spend the white skull for our private action. I think gray, gray. We definitely need some grays, a green and a red. Ew. Okay. Let's spend 1 bone in order to claim 2 tiles, and I don't think I'll grab any black tiles. Well, I mean, I could spend these ones, but let's save those. So I want gray, and how do I get in there? Gray. All right. Okay. And now the gold action is going to happen. I think I'd rather just get 3 bones right now. And probably the same with the red player. Yeah, they still have their full hand of 5. The blue player only has 4, so let me just, yeah, whatever. Bones are good. Okay, we're gonna pass this over. And white. I kind of forgot what we're doing. Okay, we maybe needed to claim, hold on. I was going for 2 different people out at the same time. What was it? It was probably the green. Okay, so I got some greens. Yes. I needed to get a black and a red out. I've got a black and a red that I can put out. Okay, so I need runes. I've got 2 greens. I need 2 reds. Crap. I can't get 2 reds. But even just 1 red is okay. So can I get a rune action? I need a white action. Okay, so I need to save those. I could do a white action, and I need a black action. Okay, so we're going to go down here so that we make sure the black action happens. Sure, whatever. Okay, and then let's take the white action as a private action. There's only 1 red rune over there. I've got my greens, and I mean, I guess I could get any other color. All right, let me spend a bone. Okay, so I know I want that red one, and I want to try to connect these if I can. So let's put this here for now, I guess. I could spend 1 more bone to get another blue. Did I need a bunch more blue? Maybe. Well, more than anything, I need to get a red. Well, it's probably too late for that. Well, I have plenty of bones. Let's go ahead and spend the bone to get this one. Okay. Okay. What was I doing? Oh yeah, that was the end of the private action. Public action is going to be the black one, which we are more or less prepared to do. We needed the black and the red, so I want to put 2 bones out, or 2 skulls, so I need to spend a bone. And I don't know that it really matters where I put these. Let's just keep it simple. We'll go here. And now the blue player gets a chance to place bones down. Oh, could I? No. Let's go look. I don't know why I can't keep the words bones and skulls straight. I just cannot for some reason. Okay. If I had another... I don't have another gold skull. Dang it. If I had one more gold skull, I could get that one out, but I can't. Definitely can't get... Well, I could get a 3. I could get 2 black skulls out now. For sure. Okay. And then... So if I got black, black there, those would be connected. Yeah, or here, doesn't matter. Okay, so let's think about that. So I could get this guy out, and I have the runes for it. Ooh, that's good. Okay, and how about this one? A black and 2 red, and a white. Oh, man. White, black. If I'm getting the other 2 black skulls. Okay, hold on. Ooh, I have to be smart about this. I don't think I can get those 2 reds connected. Yeah, I don't think I can do that this turn. Black. I just can't get that other red. All right. But I do think I could put the 2 black ones down here. And that'll get me closer to this one. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, so I'm going to spend a bone in order to put these out like that. Now we can try to resurrect people. Let's start with the red player. I think we were going for both of these. And okay. Sorry, this is gonna hurt my brain for a minute as I'm navigating these 2 different players. All right, so this is gonna be their 4th. And one of those. So we're gonna be putting 3 cubes out here. I'm gonna put them up there to remember. I also need to spend 2 bones to make this happen. And here, because I am clearly getting overwhelmed with my brain, let's mark. So we're going for these ones here. So that means that this red one is going to have to go soon here. That's not easy to see. Okay, so that one, and I could choose any of these white ones will be able to go. And I don't know. I haven't put too much thought into which one. I don't know. Symmetry. No. Here, we'll do that. And let's put these out before I forget. Oh man, I've got a ton of white skulls out there. I definitely want a majority here. So I think I'm going to do 2 there. And... Ooh, where should this other one go? Here. Alright, so then the blue player was going to bring this guy out and put 2 runes for 2 cubes. Put this here to remember. And they're going to have to remove a red. But the red one that they're going to be connected to is already going to be removed, in which case they won't remove anything. Yeah, because they're using this line, so they would remove that one, which means they just won't remove anything because it will definitely be removed. So that's very exciting. We got that out. Let's put these out. And I do want to try to get at least 1 everywhere. So yeah, that's a good placement. I only have 1 white skull, so if nothing else, that one's like nothing. And then we do need to remove these 2. We'll bring these back to the red player. That felt like so much work. I hope I got it right, because I very don't know. All right, let's bring this back. All right. Okay, so remember, the game will end. The end game will trigger when somebody either runs out of cubes or when they have 7 ritual people. So we're at 4 now, but we're really low on cubes, so that's worth noting. Okay, what am I doing? I have no idea what I'm doing this turn. We should probably re-examine the board and see how close we are to raising other people with those skulls gone. All right, let's do that before we make any decisions. Okay, so the good news for us is that I could probably raise this 16-point guy. I just need 1 black skull. So if I could make that happen somehow... that's going to be tricky to make happen, though. Is it? Yeah, because I don't have any black skulls in front of me. I'd have to do a red action first, which I could make happen. I could do that. But not in the order that I want. I want to do the red action and then the black action, and that's just not happening. Oh man, my head. Okay, I guess the other best thing to do is to just prepare for the other stuff. This one's going to be doable. If I got a gold there, that one's doable. A white, 2 red, and a black. That one's doable. Okay, they're all doable, but I need the skulls for it. So I need a red action to happen for sure. Okay, there's only one way to have that happen. Here's what we're going to do. I just need / want runes. There's no more gray runes. There's only blue and green up there, so I could get one more green. But I could also get them from the other spot too. Ooh, okay. But in order for me to make a red action happen, I need to come up here. That will give me the black skull that I need to place down later. For my private action, I'm going to spend a white skull to go for runes. I'm going to need to save 2 bones for later. But I can spend 2 bones now. Ooh, this is kind of hurting. Oh, I'm going to need bones. I need everything. Okay, so I just spent the 2 because I'm coming up here. How many did I need? Oh, just the 1 green. But because I have control over having more points here, that's a good thing too. Why don't I just be a jerk and cut off the purple-red player? Okay, did I spend 2 bones? I did. And so, do you know what? I don't need to spend 2 bones. I'm going to take this one back. Yeah. I don't know. Okay. I'm going to pretend confidence. Okay, so the red action is the public action is what I'm choosing because they're tied and I can't pick black. I'm going to go ahead and spend 1 bone in order to get 2 skulls. I needed a red and a gold. So I'm taking those back and let's refill while we're here. Oh, a red and a gold. Okay. Cool. Now the red player, I don't know what they're doing. Let's see, these are their cards. They need several gold. Okay, how do I get 2 reds? I could put a red here. A red here would give me 2 reds and 2 blacks. Or a gold here, or here, no, here, to get me, okay, so if I could be smart, I could get these ones out. I would need a red and a gold, which are totally available. So if I can remember that this is what I'm doing, I'm spending 1 bone. Ooh, I'm short on bones. To get a red and a gold, let's refill those. 2 reds, oh my gosh. That's crazy. Okay, so bring these back. Okay, we're getting somewhere, maybe. I seriously am having a hard time keeping it all straight in my head, but I think we're getting somewhere. Okay, so for the red player, I need to get those 2 skulls. I'm going to need bones. Okay, so I want the gold action first, but I'm going to need that gold skull. I'm going to need another one. I want the gold action first, and then I could maybe do a black action, but probably not. All right, let's see. I don't know. Okay. I'm not sure that I have a lot of choice right now. I need a gold skull, so we're taking this one. And specifically, I need that because I needed to place 1 gold down, but I need another one to do the gold action to get bones. So I'm spending 1 gold skull in order to get 3 bones, and that's my private action. Was that the right move? Or maybe not. Well, I needed that gold skull. Okay, so now it's either gold or white. Let's not let the blue player have any more opportunities to put cubes down. I don't want that to happen. So for that one, we're going to go, not for the white one, we're going to go for gold again. And I'm just going to stock up on bones because I'm going to need them. And I think the blue player will do the same. Maybe a normal player would actually get cards and be thinking about that, but I can't think more than 1 sanctum action ahead. I just can't. Okay, so we're passing this over. Ooh, all right, this could be it. This could be it. Sorry, why am I taking so long? Okay, white skull. I need to review what I'm doing. I don't remember. Let's see. It was, I need to get the black skull down and a gold skull. I could go black and gold and be fine. I do have my black skull. I do have my gold skull ready to go. So somehow I need to have a black action happen. That would require, I only have one black skull and I need it for here. So I need to take a black skull and claim that action, which means I'm either going here or here. Don't know that it super matters, so let's take it down here. And I'm going to use the black skull in order to do the black skull action. Yes, okay, so here's how this will go down. First of all, I needed to get the black and the gold out there, so I'm spending one bone to get these, and we're putting the black one here and the gold one there. That way we've got the 4 black, 2 golds, 2 whites. And this is preventing the red player from participating because this is my action. My action. Okay, I want to raise 2 people. So there's that. We're going for this one with the 1 rune. And then we're going for this one that doesn't take any runes. Yeah. Yes. Man, I think the blue player is going to win a lot. Like, I don't think this is going to be close. And the blue player doesn't win that often, so it's a little exciting. And before the red player can do too much of the red and white action, let's take the white. Because I could really get points off of, yeah, I think we've really done a lot here. So it doesn't matter as long as they're connected orthogonally, and I'm not going to use any more. But this is going to end how many cubes I've got. And basically, now that the end of the game is triggered, we each are going to get 1 more turn. So including the active player, everybody's going to get 1 more full turn. But the red player needs to do their action. If I remember correctly, they don't have the ability to get the runes that they need. They're going to be raising, I think these 2. I've got a blue. There's no more reds or grays. But we could stop the blue player from doing more damage. So I'm going to spend 1 of these cubes. That's a bone to take these 2 cubes. You guys, I don't think this is even kind of close at all. All right. But we're gonna finish strong, and it's gonna be great. We'll take this back. All right, come on, red. Let's finish strong, even though it's gonna be rough. It really, really is. Oh, do you know what? We need to also remove. We need to remove stuff. Sorry, we need to remove a black skull and a white skull from the blue player's placement. So the white skull needs to be one of these 2. I don't know how to be disruptive here. I guess it doesn't matter. Sure. And then one of the black skulls, we'll remove that one. No, let's pull off one in the middle. I don't know. But while we're here, let's re-examine. We were going to try, we have to. This is our only chance. Okay, so 2 blacks and 2 reds. How does that happen? Well, okay, so I got 2 gold. I could put a black skull right there. If I could get 2 black skulls down. Black and black there. No, I need 2 reds. Okay. Black, black, gold, gold. Okay, so I could do this one. And then to get the black and 2 reds is going to be the tricky one. What was my other one? 3 golds and a black. I do have a gold skull. Okay, maybe I adapt. Well, I don't have any gray runes, so that makes me not want to do this one. I have a blue and a green. I could go for these 2. It's 2 points less, but those runes are going to be probably very important. Okay, so if I can get 1 more gold down there in this area, I'll be fine. I don't think that I can get the red. Yeah, because that skull was taken. Okay, let's focus on these 2 then. And I have no idea what the blue player has up their sleeve, so I feel like we need to do a black action in order, like a private one, to keep them away. Now, I don't know that where I go will totally matter. Except I'd like to do the red action to collect some skulls. Yes, let's try that. Okay, so I'm going to go here. Yeah. Yeah. And then we're going to spend a black skull in order to do that action. And for that action, I just needed one. But let's try to set ourselves up for two. If I can get myself prepared to play this one down, in case the blue player takes that action, that would be a very important thing. So I'm going to put out I'm going to spend one bone in order to put out a red and a gold, right? I don't know. Okay, the gold was going to go here, and the red has got to go. Where can that go? I cannot get those connected. Ah, that's so frustrating. Dang it. I don't think I thought that through very well. Can I get those connected? Probably not. I don't know. Sure, we'll go there. But we're specifically looking at this whole area here to play our two down, because now we are going to spend 2 bones to do that. And that will let me get these ones out. I've got this rune and this rune here. And that will let me put out 2 cubes. And I think what I'd like to do is... Oh man, I don't know if I should be spreading these out. I kind of want to go here and just pull in a bunch, but that's not ideal. Okay, I don't know. Let's try that. If I can make him tie for first, that'll at least lower his crazy victory for now. And then let's pick the red action. So this is for the public action, and we're going to spend 2 bones to get 3 skulls. I don't know that I overly care which ones I get. So let's just refill those. 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh, more red and gold. That's crazy. Do I spend time making it pretty? I do. It's very important that things look pretty. Okay, bring these back. Okay. You know, I got my red skull that I need. Oh, we need to go remove... I always forget. We need to remove some skulls. Okay, so from this set, we've got to remove 1... Okay, from these 2, I do need to remove 1 black. And then from these 3, I need to remove 1 gold. Okay, so we're going to have one last turn. And in order for this to happen, I would need to connect... Ooh, I don't know that I can make this happen. I could if I had 1 white skull, which I do have. Okay. And there's no white skulls available. Only red. Okay. Well, let's collect a bone. And, I don't know, 1 red. And then we need to refill that. Another red. Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. What is in there? Okay. And we're going to pass this over, but look, this is coming apart already. I've hardly played this game. How badly is that coming apart? Oh, I do not like that. Oh, okay, well, there you saw it on camera. Okay, so for our last turn, if I could do 1 black action without the red player having a chance to do it, that would be great. The way we make that happen, I think, is by collecting this black skull and spending it to get this guy out. To get this guy out, let's see, I need black, red, okay, I need to put out this white one so I can collect 1 bone in order to put this right here. And I could put this rune on here or not. I don't have any cubes anyway. And then I'd remove that white skull. That means the public action is the white rune action, which honestly, I don't think either of us care about. Everything is full here. There's nothing else happening that, like, I might be missing something, but I don't think there's anything that I can do that will affect the gameplay in any way, shape, or form with the white action. So that's going to bring us to the end of game scoring. What we're going to do is we're going to count up points from our dead that we've raised here first. And so, oh, help me. I am bad at this. Okay, so that's going to be 30, 40, 60 from those. 60 to 74 to 82. All right, so pretty good start. 82 points for the blue players so far. This is going to be rough, really rough. Okay, 20, 30, 40, 54, 62. Okay, 62 there. And now we need to look at these points. I don't think I said this at the beginning of my video. Sorry. I made this back, like this is just normal paper, to make it easier to teach this game and to remember how many points each of these things scores. I'm really disappointed they didn't put it actually on the board. But basically this is one 8.5 by 11 paper down here. And then I have these 4 pieces that I taped to it because it's just a little bit bigger than an 8.5 by 11. More information on my website if you want to make it, if you think it's cool. Mostly it's probably worthless, but I kind of like it. Okay, so now the person with the most cubes is going to get 5 points per black ritual skull here. So that's going to be the blue player. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is crazy. Okay, so that's going to be 4, 7, 10. 12 black skulls times 5 is 60 more points. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're at 142 points. Oh my gosh. Okay. And then 3 points per black ritual skull for second most cubes here. Let's see. So that's going to be 3, 6, 7 times 3. So that's going to be 4 points per blue. Let's see. And 12 points for red, also known as purple. Oh man, 4 points per cube in the largest orthogonally connected set on the rune board. That's crazy. Okay, so we got 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 times 4 is 44. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. They're at 190 currently, and the red player is at 95. This is going great. Okay, 5 points per red ritual skull. And we have, oh, why did I never place this? It won't matter. I've killed it anyway. Okay, I don't know why I didn't place this. I'll annotate. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 times 5 is 20. Here, we all know I was going for that, so we're going to put that there. So 10, 20. So now we're at 210 while the red player is still at 95. Spectacular. Okay, down here, 5 points per white ritual skull for the red player. That'll be good. So that's going to be 3, 6, 9 times 5, 45 points. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now they're at 140, but these guys are still at 210. All right, so for the blue player, they get 3 points per white skull. I'll just tell you they have 3 skulls, so that's 6 points. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now down here, red player gets 20 points and the blue player gets 10. So 20, 10. All right, and then finally, they're both going to get 3 points per gold skull. Oh, I think I forgot this one. It was 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that was how many more points? 3 more points. And now we're going for gold, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5. So 15 points. So 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they're at 244. And we got 5, 6. Times 3 is 18. So let's go up 20 and back 2. Okay, so final score is 178 to 244. So victory to the blue player. It doesn't happen often, so let's celebrate. Huzzah. Clearly, as always, I probably missed some stuff. I don't know why the blue player was so victorious. My only thought for them was focus on runes. Like, that's all I kept telling myself. Make sure you don't bring anybody to the game unless you have runes. And maybe that was the big difference there. I just don't know. I haven't played this game enough to really know. But yay, blue. All right. Just a couple of quick final thoughts that I wanted to share. I know this is a really loved game. People love it a lot. I can see why this appeals to a lot of people. I do like the game. You would probably say that I like it a lot, maybe, but I do have some issues. Um, First of all, components. I think one huge reason why people love this game is because, oh my gosh, if you can play with these skulls and these bones, absolutely. Like, those are fun. They're definitely, to me, the most fun part of the game. I mentioned this earlier. I wish this was more easy to distinguish from the black ones. I don't think they're easy to distinguish enough. And especially in different lighting situations, that's going to really be a problem. Uh, I think the artwork is good. Like, I'm not freaking out about it, but I think it's good. I didn't show you in this video, but in my setup video, I do show there are like ways to connect these things with little hallways. Apparently online, because they're totally not useful in gameplay at all. Online, it was said that that was just to use up space on the punch board. That seems a little, I don't know, looking at the punch boards, it seemed like they could have gotten rid of one, maybe two punch boards if they had not done that and changed the size of some of these things. I'm a little sad that they didn't put the scoring here because I do think you have to like look up, unless you've played this game 2 or 3 times, you'd have to like look up how many points each thing is worth. And that can be, I think, tricky for new players if it's not demonstrated on here, which is why I made this paper. I really love the artwork on the cards. I think the cards are super fun. Yeah, I like those cards for sure. So in general, I guess that my thoughts for this game are, I feel like it's too fiddly for the experience that it's trying to provide. Like, it feels like the experience they're trying to provide was this idea that you collect skulls of different colors, try to make a pattern, and then use that pattern as best as you can to raise the dead. I also really like the separate idea of how they're doing private and public actions, but overall, I feel like it's just like a little bit too fiddly. It's a little bit too thinky for the experience that it provides. So I don't know that that's very clear. But the one thought that keeps poking out in my brain over and over and over is my Twitter friend, Glenn Flaherty from Board Games and Bourbons, I think is the full name. Sorry, Glenn. I don't think he'll watch this. But anyway, one experience or one thing that he tweeted about last week was really important to me. It was something to the effect of, if your rule book has a list of a bunch of exceptions to things, like if you're saying that this rule happens unless this or except for that and yada yada, that you need to redesign the rule. You shouldn't have so many exceptions going on. And that kind of kept poking out of my brain over and over. Like I think this is a cool idea right here. But the fact that you have to go through this list of thought processes for the public action kind of bothers me. Like, not only do you have maybe skulls are tied, but you've also got to consider what was last done. I don't know why, but that just kind of stuck out as something that frustrated me. I also think, I don't know. I feel like this whole thing, again, if your focus was to try to get this puzzle of raising the dead, and that's supposed to be the fun part, I think the whole addition of the runes, for me, didn't enhance the experience. It kind of bogged it down. I wonder, and this is coming from my own, okay, so I'm designing a game, and one thing that I had to think about was, do you score every round or do you only score at the end of the game? And so what I did in my playtesting is I looked at, what, this is too much babbling, who cares, we're going for it. I looked at the fact that in every single game that I was playing, even though scoring round to round added some fun tension, ultimately whoever won the last round was also winning at the end of the game. So like it just, for me, it was like, okay, so why have all of these scorings in between rounds if this is going to happen? I have not played this game enough to know. My guess is whoever has the most points from their raised dead is also going to win the game. Maybe that's not true. I haven't played it enough. I just think that this doesn't need to be here. Anyway, I don't know. I know this is such a well-loved game that maybe I'll take a little bit of flack for that, but if they had done a very similar game without the runes in there, maybe I would have liked it just a little bit more. But that's also because my tastes are smooth, clean design, really fast to teach. I like the idea of public action and private action, but the way they went about it in this game, for me, made it just a little bit too convoluted or a little bit too, I don't know. I haven't played it enough, so just take it for what it's worth. But my thought is that if this game was maybe simple, I don't know. Why am I talking? It doesn't matter. I feel like if it was simplified down to more the puzzle of this and raising the dead and less about the runes and the area control, I would have liked it a little bit better. Totally personal opinion, obviously. And so that's what I have to say. It's a game that I like. I probably like it. I don't know that I'd say I like it a lot, but I do like it. I wish it was a little bit less fiddly. I don't love the runes. I was specifically with my big fingers, I was always knocking stuff over. So yeah, that's my thoughts. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Hopefully you enjoyed the playthrough. Sorry for this long rambling section of talkativeness. I just stood here thinking, why doesn't this appeal to me just a little bit more? Because I love puzzles. And I think for me, it was the mix of the public and private and the runes. For me, threw it off just a little bit. Added too much fiddliness. Anyway, I'm shutting it down. Stop talking. Have a good day. I'm going to go edit. I will see you later. Okay, bye.